Hi, you're tuned into a very special episode brought to you by the American Green Corner Sabah, a project by the US Embassy in KL in partnership with the Sabah State Library at the Tanjung Aru Beach, KK. Stay connected, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at agc.sabah and find us on Facebook under American Green Corner Sabah.
From the beauty of Kinabalu to the white sands of Mengayau, this is the American Green Corner Podcast.
Assalamualaikum, a very good day. Thank you so much for tuning in to this very special episode. My name is Ben Uzair. Yes, I'm one of the announcers here at AGCS Sabah, and it's great to be back on air, online, wherever. And I must give my huge thanks to the person that is sitting next to me, which happens to be my guest, Farish Aziz.
Sekejap, saya tutup mata just now because saya mau dengar balik, reminisce balik zaman-zaman radio. Ini pula kalau Ben Uzair di depan-depan.
No, I thought you were cringing and all of
No,
that.
no.
I was like,
No,
okay.
I was like reminiscing like macam yang macam dengar on dalam kereta dengar KK12 FM last time.
Good old times.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you for having me as your first guest.
Yes, and thank you for giving me the opportunity in
Okay,
broadcasting.
Diorang.
Yes,
embassy.
Yes. So I guess it's going to be a very fun podcast. We promise that it's going to be a fun podcast.
Of course, inshallah.
Maybe there might be individuals out there yang tak tahu Farish Aziz. So who is Farish Aziz give 3 points about Farish Aziz.
Okay,
Who is Farish Aziz?
Farish Aziz, born and bred Sabahan, Likas lah tempat I grew up. Farish Aziz dulu was a sportsman, main bola Sabah from under 14 till under 23. Moved to KL, venture into broadcasting, jadi artis lah konon, doing acting and hosting. And now back in Sabah in hopes to contribute more to the states yang dicintai.
But you've contributed so much. Lots of ups, lots of downs.
Okay lah. I'm okay.
What's keeping you busy now?
Busy with things like this, helping out the American Green Corner. I also do my Astro things, still with Astro Arena. I fly to KL once a month on Friday. I have my Nadi weekend on Saturday, Sunday, and balik on Monday. That's my usual routine. Busy with the kids, hantar anak-anak pergi sekolah, doing my media stuff, and just do things that makes me happy and bangun pagi dan mau buat lagi, those kind of things. Yeah.
I'm trying to envision, a corner in your house. There will be a suitcase ready to go because you're always going on a plane, domestically, internationally.
Yes.
So what is it like to have a travel schedule and you have a family too?
I always repeat this statement lah. I'm thankful to my wife Zara sebab she's the one who's always she understand me lah, my kind of work. It's not easy, to always fly here and there, and then macam kasih tinggal the family. But she's the one who always encourage you, like macam yang do your stuff, do your things, because at the end of the day, happy wife, happy life.
Zara, I'm sure you're watching. I'm sure you will do something to him later. But anyways, Farish, I'm so thankful that you're my first guest. Tahu lah kita mau kasih panas engine and all of that stuff. And I truly miss holding the microphone and being in the studio
same
like
here,
this. Yes. So thank you so much to the US Embassy in KL for providing us this opportunity.
Yes.
Anyways, to those who are watching, we're gonna do a 30-minute segment, and I will do my best to divide it into 4 sections that are coded in red, white, blue, and also green. Gonna be very American and also very green at the same time. So I guess we'll start with what I would call the red carpet check.
Okay, let's
to
go.
Feature whatever that is exciting in your life. And you've been to the US twice. The first as an IVLP.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So IVLP is a program under the United States. I was sent by the American Embassy of Kuala Lumpur. I was chosen. It's not something that you can apply.
Yes, I was told. Very expensive. Not expensive. It's very exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive. You are handpicked by the one of the staff there lah in the embassy, and I was chosen to go in 2019 for a program under the topic youth and civic engagement. So I remember I was supposed to go 2018 October, but it was the government shutdown.
Yes, I remember.
For a few months, and then kena postpone. So eventually February 2019 I went representing Malaysia. satu-satunya from Malaysia, from Sabah.
Nice.
There were 20 or 21 of us in the States, from pelbagai latar belakang, doctors from Madrid, engineer from Egypt, all these people lah, representing the youth of their country. We went to a few cities. Okay.
Wow,
Okay.
nice.
Washington DC.
Yes.
That's the stop lah always kalau for American punya program, American Embassy punya program. They will start in DC and then eventually they will go to few states. So I went to DC. I went to Salt Lake City, Utah
City.
and then there's a split city, we called it.
Yes.
So 4 of us will go to different places. So kami berempat, kami pecah. I got Greensboro in North Carolina, and eventually we went to Miami, kumpul balik, and then we went back home lah. It was about a
Nice.
month in 2019.
Well done, well
Yep,
done.
yep.
And that's the first US trip.
Yep, yep.
And then the second US trip, you brought a new set of
Yes.
fresh eyes, and
Yep, yep.
that was for something to do with sports
Yes.
diplomacy.
So I'm thankful and I'm lucky lah, Ben, kan? And thankful as well to the US Embassy in Kuala Lumpur for always giving me the opportunity. 2022, they asked me, Farish, do you want to come up with a program that you think that can benefit Sabahan,
Right.
or and then the youth of Sabahan as well? Because I've been working with them since 2015. Banyak benda lah saya buat, you know. I did Joanna Lorman soccer clinic, Kaki
Yes.
Bangku soccer clinic. I helped them out with the basketball thing with Cappy Pondexter and James Reed here a few years ago, mostly sports. So they said, like, you want to do something sports? So I pitched an idea for me to bring 14 Sabahan, okay, coaches from Sabah all the way to the States for a program called Sports Diplomacy Program, Sports Visitors Program actually. So
Sports visitors. yeah.
soccer punya coaching. We went to the States for 2 weeks, which is Philadelphia and Miami again, second time for me. We attend the United Soccer Convention in Philadelphia, pergi, like, you know, soccer school, and most of the Sabahan girls and boys that I brought to the States are those yang daripada rural, daripada Tenom, Kulu, first time travelling.
Wow.
Not even
Not
Kuala
even to
Lumpur.
KL. Wow.
Yeah, they went to KL for visa punya application, but
Yes.
then straight to the States.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, that was a fun time. 2023 January. Yeah.
Mesti diorang terpegun, and I'm sure you are being the big brother because you've been there.
Yes.
So it's fun to take a group
Exactly,
of people and then
exactly.
also not
Exactly.
just showing them new things, but also consoling them
Betul.
and not making sure that they're too culture
That's right.
shocked.
Working with the embassy, American embassy, they use a lot of the word empowerment to empower people, you know. Empower ni kalau dalam bahasa Melayunya paling senang is memperkasakan lah.
Memperkasakan,
Memperkasakan tu meaning macam yang you elevate someone from being biasa kepada luar biasa. Mungkin just normal person kepada seseorang yang lebih confident. So I was so happy and at the same time emotional bila bawa all these coaches. They went to the States, daripada tidak pandai bercakap kepada pandai bercakap. They speak little English to they challenge themselves to present, like, you know, we were sometimes in a class of 50-60 people, and then they want to do it, conduct it in English, you know, these kind of things. They travel alone, you know.
Wow.
When I say travel alone, when we were in Philadelphia, we do our things, and then macam, of course, we have our spare time, and then they say that, Farish, you don't have to kasih kawan us, we want to go and pergi visit apa Bell?
The
Liberty Bell,
in
you know,
Philadelphia,
they went on their own.
Yeah.
So I
Nice.
was like, macam, okay, you know, like I empower them to go and do their things.
It's really fun in the United States because sometimes in Malaysia it might be a little bit too dry to talk about history
Yep.
in school because we can't see it in
That's
front
right.
of us.
That's
But
right.
in the United States, like any state,
right.
any city that you go, there's
That's right.
always something related to the independence, the
Betul.
history of
Betul.
the United
Betul.
States. So in Philadelphia, being one of the first colony
Betul.
states, it's
Yes.
just amazing that you got to go there.
Like me, I love history, but I'll be honest. I don't know any, not that much history about United States. You know, before I went there lah, Philadelphia. You know, we went there and knowing that that's the birthplace of America, kan? You know, with the Liberty Bell. And by just being there, looking at the Liberty Bell, and then reading the story, you know, extra 20-30% of America, so these are the things that I think opens your eyes. Even the coaches, they were like, oh begini pula, oh ini pula, like it's so empowering again.
Are you the kind that after perhaps watching a Netflix show, oh betul pula ni, and then you go to Google and you read more just to fill your curiosity?
Me and my wife Zara selalu watch movie, regardless history kah ataupun whatever lah movie kan, and she will go like, so apa cerita dia kalau after that, because she will know that I will go to the Wikipedia or whatever, and try to correct more stories about certain things. We watch a horror movie recently, based on a true story, so macam dia tidak puas hati about the story, dia say, so apa cerita dia, betul ke itu rumah haunted, this kind of thing. So yeah, I'm that kind of person who will always dissect more and then correct more of those certain stories.
It's fun to sit with a curious person.
Sometimes annoying juga, like macam yang annoying part is macam bila you tidak dapat jawapan, like apa ada jawapan selagi you belum dapat, yeah.
Anyways, we'll take a very short break and we'll move on to the second segment coming up. This is Ben Uzair right here at the American Green Corner at Tanjung Aru branch of the Sabah State Library in Sabah, Malaysia. And I have Farish Aziz together with me. Early on, we covered our red carpet chat. Now let's do another segment which I call the whiteboard ideas. We share creative solutions, innovative ideas, and perhaps some insights from an expert like you. So I'd like to cover this topic by reminiscing your 2 trips to the United States. Let's cover the IVLP trip first. You went to various places, the South and Greensboro. You were in Salt Lake City. You were in Washington.
Washington DC, Miami.
And Miami and all those
North Carolina.
And North Carolina as well. Yes. What stood out for you in all of those cities? What stood out for you, and what did you experience that made you say, "Hey, boleh buat ni di Sabah"?
Okay. It's 2019 kan, 5 years ago. So of course there's a lot of things that we went and cover and belajar. But if I have to choose one kan Ben, yang I ingat sampai sekarang, and I rasa like, this kind of things it's doable in Sabah. Of course there's banyak lah, but doable in Sabah I'm not so sure, because mungkin perhaps of the level of technology or whatever lah in America. But something that I think, this is doable in Sabah. We went to Utah, to Salt Lake City. Okay, I went to the Tabernacle Choir.
The Tabernacle Choir.
Tabernacle Choir. Ben yang tahu sebut betul. Okay. So
beautiful city.
So
and a beautiful place.
Yeah. So we went to this organization called Yusuf Utah. Okay, Yusuf Utah ni, they are like volunteerism, more to the youth side lah. Of course, my topic was youth and civic engagement. So I remember this meeting quite well, and I was like, wow, so cool. Sebab apa? Okay, apa yang diorang buat di Yusuf Utah adalah they will take teenagers, I wouldn't say teenagers, 18, 19, 20 years old, your school leavers lah kan. So once they don't know like what to do, ada yang went to university, college or sambung studies, ada yang they want to do their things. But for those yang di Utah, like they don't know what to do, but they want to do volunteerism and they want to learn something, life skills and so on. They register themselves in Yusuf Utah. So Yusuf Utah will provide them with tools such as benda-benda about like life skills, how to kasi fix atap bumbung rumah, or do some piping, or do some whatever lah, those kind of things, your vocational things. Kan? And then life skills. Okay, you will be in that so-called college for 6 months. Okay, 6 months you belajar hari-hari datang. And then selepas 6 months, they will give you one leader among yourself, ramai-ramai ni, one leader. In one team, you will have 6 of you, including that one leader. They will give you one car, like a van macam tu. And some stipends, duit pocket. They will ask you to go around Utah.
Nice.
And then what do you do, go around Utah? You just help people. You go to, let's say lah, Tebobon. You tinggal lah di Tebobon 1 bulan. You bantulah orang-orang kampung or whatever, do their stuff. And if there's a, let's say, disaster kan, natural disasters happen, all this group kena kumpul, and these are the volunteers that will help out as well. I was like, wow, you imagine if we have that in Sabah, macam you kumpul this kind of youth and all, and then go to the rural area and help people out with stuff like I just mentioned.
Yeah.
So I think that's the one thing that stood out lah bila I balik macam yang, wow, this is so cool what Yusuf Utah did with their community in Salt Lake City, in Utah itself.
Awesome.
And I'm still in contact with the president of Yusuf Utah, and we always they selalu email and
Nice.
share pictures and all. Those are the things that stood out lah for me bila I
There
pergi.
you go.
in
So if
29.
there's a decision maker out there, and if you think it's doable, hey, contact Farish, and I'm sure you guys can make it happen. And speaking of leaders, the second trip with so you're going. The first one IVLP is just yourself.
Yes,
And then
myself.
the second one, you were perhaps the abang, the big brother,
Abang Longgosan. Yeah. 14
the
of
leader,
us.
and then you have your sports people there. What stood out for you in that trip, and what made you say, ni boleh buat ni di Sabah?
So for that particular one, other than what this sports visitors program, before that pun memang saya suka travel. I like to travel, and when I say travel, sometimes I travel in a group like 7, 6 of us. I'm the one who will come up with the itinerary, where to go, what to do, which stadium to visit, football visit lah selalu kan, and then they will follow like, okay, we will just follow you. So it's the same. It was the same in the States with sports visitors program in Philadelphia and as well as in Miami. Of course, you already ada kena bagilah, where to go, what to do. But the fun part to organize the team, because you are the leader. The organizers will go to you and ask like, Farish, what time your team will what we want to do today, those kind of things. So kalau bilang stood out to everything lah, just being there with a bunch of Sabahan yang first time travel pun sudah buat you macam yang wow. And to empower them like I mentioned earlier, to go and do their things, itu pun sudah buat I rasa happy. But things like when we went to the United Soccer Convention. Okay, United Soccer Convention ni you guys bayangkan SICC. Contoh SICC, there's a lot of halls kan. Like ada manukan apa kalau di sana Sipadan room,
the
this
names
room.
of the rooms,
So in Philadelphia, we were they did the United Soccer Convention in a convention hall in Philadelphia. So ada banyak bilik room 4, room 5. So it's up to you which room you want to go. Room 5 maybe football marketing. Room 6 maybe training, youth training. Macam-macam lah. So we decided 14 of us, diorang pergi masing-masing mana yang diorang minat. So for them to be there for 5 days and learn and engage themselves and open their mind, itu buat saya macam rasa like macam yang something to be proud of course, from someone I interviewed, si Evie nama dia, di Tenom, yang soft spoken, malu-malu, to someone who can present in front of 50 people. I mentioned this earlier. That one. And then when we went to Miami is another challenge, because Miami speaks more Spanish than English.
Shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's your second visit.
Betul.
You have a little app that you can use.
Betul. But for the boys and girls, when they were there, like, boss, macam mana ni? Dia orang tidak faham ni saya cakap apa. Kau hantam saya bilang. You can navigate yourself. It's easy. And funny enough, us being Southeast Asian, maybe we have that Latino look, maybe.
Yeah.
So they will go speak Spanish with you. Sorry, we are not from here. So the overall 2 weeks visiting the stadiums, the conventions, I think I cannot. If you ask me now, apa satu benda yang saya boleh pick? Susah. I think the whole trip, the journey itself. Transit in Korea, sesat di Detroit. We wanted to pergi di transit punya gate. These are the things that really stood out for me lah.
Great memories.
The
that will
experience
last a
itself.
lifetime. All right, we'll take a very short break. Now, the American Green Corner is all about raising awareness about environmental issues and climate change. And coming up in our green segment next, we'll ask Farish about what does he do to make sure that Earth is a greener place. Stay tuned.
Okay.
This is the American Green Corner with yours truly, Ben Uzair, and also with my wonderful guest, Farish Aziz.
Thank you, Ben.
All right, so segment number 3 is green goals.
Oh, green sudah, okay.
Yes, sustainable practices, environmental initiatives, and personal eco-friendly goals. I know climate change, sustainability are huge, huge topics, but
Yep.
I firmly believe that small steps will make the difference. So I'm just wanting to ask you, as a good friend and also
Yep.
as a person that I know values
Yep.
the earth, the world, and all of that, what are you doing in your life now to create a greener, sustainable world? You can mention little things that you do at home.
Ben, first I want to be honest. I don't want to be pretentious that I'm saying that, oh, saya buat ini, this kind of things yang saya pergi recycle this and that. I'm still learning as
Of
well.
course,
I think the world's, especially Sabah, we're still learning in this term, in this area. It's good that the recently government ban on plastic. You know,
Plastic,
you have to,
yes.
which is I tengok sekarang ramai orang pakai. So as simple as that. You know, you makin rajin bawa your own bag to the supermarket dan sebagainya. I think I'm doing that as well. That's a simple one. But if I can share this with semua di luar sana, even we've been doing this for the past berapa tahun sudah lah, lama sudah. At home we have two tong sampah garbage, the basah one and the kering one.
Okay.
So as simple as that, you know, you buang your food waste. Tong sampah A, tong sampah B is the dry waste usually. Sometimes I cakap sama my family pun, macam my daughter Aisyah, they will say like, nenek bilang, please throw the rubbish di you punya makanan di basah punya waste. They will go like, you guys ada 2 tong sampah, you know. It's simple, but actually something help the environment as well. Betul ke tidak? Like, you know, like
creates an impact.
Creates impact. Because your dry punya waste, you can do recycle. You know, those are the kotak lah, the tin lah, where you can separate differently and recycle it. So as simple as that. So these are the things like, if you ask me, like even a small impact that you do. So I think these are the things that on top of my head that I can remember that what I'm doing.
I mean, little things will always go a long way, especially with having a family, with kids. They observe what we're doing, and I'm sure that it
even
will
encouraging them, like, you know, like, no, please keep your sampah, whatever, jangan buang. Kalau tiada tong sampah, you keep it in your pocket. Bring it at home. I'm very big in that area lah. I'm the kind of yang macam memang akan simpan my own sampah sampai I jumpa tong sampah. It's not like macam yang hantam saya lagi bawah sini pun boleh. You know, no.
Ada tu
Betul,
kan?
ada. I mean, it happens in front of me even before, you know. But we need to educate ourselves. Kadang-kadang we need to tegur. Bukan tegur untuk cari gaduh, but we need to help each other in this sense. Yeah.
Do we need to do more in KK? I mean, I'm talking to the choir here.
Yep.
You know?
We need to do more, but by saying more pun, I think progress drastically we can see juga in terms of changes. As big as apa yang I mentioned earlier with the government bilang no more plastic bags, please bring your own bags. I think that's a huge step. You know, from there, meaning we are kita identify the issue, we acknowledge the issue, there's an issue here, and we try to come up with solutions. So if we say this is doable, maybe this is the first step to many other things that we will try to improve in the future. Keep an open mind, jangan terlampau cepat terasa bila orang bilang tidak boleh buat ini, tidak boleh pakai itu. Try to do your research. It's easy now. It's just here.
Yes.
Oh, kenapa kena ban plastik? You know, oh, kenapa, what is microplastic? Kenapa ikan di laut sekarang bahaya, dia orang cakap because of microplastic. Do some simple research, you understand why government or the authorities come up with certain solution.
And during your visits to the United States, the 2 major visits that you did, I'm sure there were observations, like green observations, and it made you say, wow, begini pula diorang buat.
Okay. I share something macam saya share tadi for IVLP. I cakap about use of Utah. Ini yang again yang I boleh betul-betul ingat, and it impact the way I think lah kan. We went to Delaware, which is an hour from Philadelphia, another state. I think the second smallest state in America after Rhode Island. So mau coba kasih tahu sejarah sikit.
It's fine. I've been to Delaware.
So we went to this one place. I forgot the name, tapi apa yang stood out for me is diorang ada 2 benda, Ben. Satu, they did the street library. So a street library. So it's a library full of banyak macam almari and all. So you can just ambil the buku and replace it with something
Okay.
another book, you know. So like it's a street library, open library, and you imagine Gaya Street begitu, the whole stretch. Dia ada macam almari. So you know, kita ada banyak buku at home
Betul,
yang kadang-kadang kita tidak baca pun. So like instead of bakar, buang or serahkan kepada library, they sumbangkan to the street library. And they can just take the book as well, book yang ada di situ untuk diorang replace, you know.
Very good.
So this I think one thing that I remember. Also they have this one program called a fridge for city. I don't know, something like that lah. So there's fridge again.
Fridge.
You
Icebox.
Icebox.
Wow.
Okay, icebox lah kita panggil kan. You imagine lah di Gaya Street tu ada satu lorong penuh dengan icebox.
Okay.
Ada 3, 4, 5, 6 icebox. So what they do is restaurant or cafes yang macam makanan dia orang tidak habis dan sebagainya, they put in the fridge.
Nice.
So of course it's Amerika masa saya pergi tu ialah ada banyak homeless punya ini.
Yeah.
So that's how they try to help out lah. Tapi at the same time juga they call it food, apa panggil lah? Food.
Like a
Yeah, a program
it's
lah.
at the tip of my tongue.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
certain area, certain state, dia orang ada di
Like a soup kitchen to help them.
macam something like that, like a food bank
Food
thingy.
bank,
So
yeah.
like macam dia orang tidak mau waste, membazir, they put it there. Siapa mau ambil? Especially those underprivileged lah, you know. So those are the things that stood out for me, like macam yang wow. And dia tidak malu with those kind of things, you know. Sometimes kita di sini maybe we are too ego, like kenapa juga mau ambil makanan, kenapa juga mau taruh makan. But for them, it's more of helping the environment, you know.
Absolutely.
Like yeah. So
Maximizing our resources.
Exactly.
Something that has been cooked already shouldn't go to waste.
Exactly.
And there might be a person in need
yes,
who might require it.
and as simple as not even a cooked food. Veggie yang
Yes.
maybe for them like okay, simpan lama sikit, takut waste, we just put it there. Siapa mau pakai ambil, you know. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
So we'll take a very short break. We want to acknowledge Flanagan, who is helping us with the cameras at the back, and he shouted food back just now. Hi,
Yes.
Flan. Thanks for doing all the good work that you're doing.
Mantap.
We'll take a very short break here, and coming up in our final segment, we'll talk about Farish's aspirations and future plans. This is the American Green Corner with yours truly, Ben Uzair, and I have my guest here, and we're in our final segments,
That's
Farish.
right, that's right.
And the title of my segment is Blue Horizon, Future Plans, Thinking Ahead, and your reflections.
Okay.
So I'd like to know what's ahead for you.
Okay, tadi you tanya me 3
Yes,
criteria.
the 3 things that make Farish Aziz
Farish Aziz. So
Yes.
first I jawab stubborn.
Okay.
I'm a very stubborn person. Stubborn dari segi like if I want to do something, I want to do it. You know,
Okay.
you tidak guna, you kasih tahu I macam yang janganlah Farish gini. Kalau I mau buat tu, I buat lah tu. Okay, I'm a very persistent person, sangat determination sangat tinggi. Kalau mau buat something tu, I will go all the way. And then I'm very nakal. So nakal tu in terms of bukan nakal jahat ke apa, it's like jovial,
Yes.
very fun. Because I believe, and I always bring this nakalness to my work.
Yes.
Sebab I believe in order for you to have a good outcome in whatever you do, you need to have fun.
Of
You know,
course,
your
of course, I
your
agree.
colleagues, you punya kawan-kawan, your crew need to have fun while doing the process. So
Yeah.
these are the 3 things of Farish Aziz that makes Farish Aziz membawa kepada aspirationnya in the future to keep doing whatever I've been doing lah. You know, kadang-kadang Ben, it's easy. You shared this question with me last night. You said like, okay, this maybe I'm gonna ask you. So saya fikir satu malam,
Wow.
apa sebenarnya aspirasi saya mau buat apa? But looking back and Ben for the past 10, 15 years, you can have an aspiration. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to contribute this. But sometimes certain things you buat, you dapat that ideas or like it's not because of you plan for the past 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Kadang-kadang you bangun pagi, satu pagi tu you dapat, this is a good idea, you know. And I think Farish Aziz been functioning with this kind of not attitude. What's the word? Cara for the past berapa tahun.
Okay,
And I
like a
think
routine.
Yes,
Not-
routine.
yeah.
You know lah, whatever the word lah you want to
Yes.
call it. I think you get the gist of it, kan? And these are the things that style yang buat I happy and I progress beyond and I dapat optimum result. So aspirasinya untuk keep on doing whatever I'm doing, but please know that whatever yang saya buat selalu adalah on a positive side.
Of course,
I like
of
to
course.
encourage people to do fun stuff, to keep to think outside of the box, to try to bring something new. And saya selalu cakap ni Ben, you mau cakap poyo, orang mau cakap poyo, poyo lah. But saya sangat patriotic kepada negeri sendiri terutamanya, you know, like
Your
whatever.
close friends know that.
Yeah,
Yes.
so like whatever I do is always like, you know, your bendera Sabah will be there. Cerita sama turis, kadang-kadang duduk di airport di Amerika, like, have you been to Borneo? Like, yeah, Borneo, yeah, I'm from Sabah. You talk about your state,
Of course,
please
of
come to Sabah. I keep in touch with people, random people yang, datanglah cafe saya, you know, like, and then when they come, they antar gambar, you encourage them to go sandakan, this kind of thing. So I'm that kind of person. So I want to keep on doing this. I want to keep on promoting my states. I want to keep on traveling, see the world, learn more, and bring back to Sabah. Yeah, and do fun stuff, and hopefully, in a way, you encourage people to emulate you or to do something like what I've been doing lah.
Absolutely.
Itulah.
Continue to make things happen. Well done, well
Nak
done.
cakap po.
Yeah. Final question.
Yeah.
I'm certain some of our viewers who are watching today, they might be already being part of the IVLP, they're going to the United States, or maybe there might be viewers who say, hey, I want to be an IVLP candidate one day. Any advice for them?
So IVLP stands for International Visitors Leadership Program. Again, it is an exclusive program where you
Invitational.
The embassy punya people lah yang have to pick you like to go to this kind of program. In the future, if you have the chance, currently as we speak, there's few Sabahan who also are in the States doing IVLP. Have fun and keep an open mind lah, I would say, and promote your states or your country. You know, itu yang paling penting. So bila saya pergi my IVLP last time, I talk a lot about Sabah. You know, I talk a lot about Malaysia. Let them know that we are here. You know, have fun, keep an open mind. Also, if you have spare times, IVLP ni dia banyak spare times, you know, in between, do explore.
Yeah,
you know, go on your own. In fact, when I went for my IVLP, New York was not part of the journey, the states that I was supposed to go. But I requested with the embassy, bolehkah saya pergi in advance? I do on my own budget. So saya pergi. I got the chance to go to New York for 5 days. Did my own travel and, you know, explore. So do these kind of things other than, you know, going for the engagements and all.
Did you like New York? Honest.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm not a city person. When I always travel, I tend to go to small town. And saya tidak pernah pun terfikir macam, New York malas lah, nanti sajalah kalau ada rezeki ada. Tapi bila saya pergi, that's the first time I was like, this city is so different.
After
like,
all these while watching it, movies,
yes,
and
dan
magazines.
Saya tahu for now bila saya sudah sampai JFK and then we went to Manhattan by taxi kan. No, we went by bus. When I see the bangunan, then I understand kenapa Spider-Man boleh lompat from building to building. Kalau Spider-Man lompat di KK, habis dia. Macam tu dia. Sebab building
It's
dia very tight.
close together.
Yes.
The streets. Farish, thank you so much for spending time with us. All
Thank
the
you.
best to you. I look forward to seeing your
you.
content and
Thank you.
also the many projects with the US Embassy.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you again for having me
No problem.
as your guest for the podcast, and please continue supporting Ben, okay? And
you.
ada banyak lagi kita mau cerita after this.
This is the American Green Corner Sabah. Please follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and also Instagram. Bye-bye now. Take care.
Goodbye now. Bye-bye.